चालू झालं. Okay, children, welcome to this session of ratio and proportion. We'll start with the fifth sum. If A is to B is equal to 3 is to 1 and B is to C is equal to 5 is to 1, then find the value of Hello children, welcome to this session of ratio and proportion. We'll start with the fifth one. If A is to B is equal to 3 is to 1 and B is to C is equal to 5 is to 1, then find the value of A cube upon 5B square C the whole raised cube. Okay, to solve this, what is given to us? Let us first check. A is to B is equal to 3 is to 1 and B is to C is 5 is to 1. Now, in this sum, if you see what is given to us, we will solve with that solution. What is given to us? A is to B, so we write it as A is to B is equal to 3 is to 1 and B is to C is equal to 5 is to 1. Therefore, what is A is to B? A is to B is A upon B is equal to 3 upon 1. And here if you see, what we have is B upon C is equal to 5 upon 1. Now cross multiply this. Therefore, what will be the value of A when we cross multiply it? A is equal to, now A into 1 gives me A. B into 3 will give me 3B. Similarly here, what will be the value of B? B into 1 gives me B, which is equal to C into 5 gives me 5C. Now if you see, we have got the value of A is equal to 3B and B is equal to 5C. Now if you see here, we have got 3B. Can we substitute this value of B in this 3B? Yes, we can substitute this. So let's take the first one of it, A cube. Substituting what value we got? We got A is equal to this and B is equal to 5C. Substituting A is equal to 3B and B is equal to 5C. Now we will substitute this in this particular value. What is the value given to us? A cube upon 15 B squared C the whole cube. Now this is equal to, you have to be little careful here when we are doing certain substitutions. Little careful while doing certain substitutions. Let us put a bracket here. A cube. What is the value if you substitute this? Now before substituting this, what did I tell you? Before substituting this, we didn't have the value of B. So we have to substitute here. So here, what we have to substitute? A is equal to 3 into 5C. which is equal to 15C. This is very, very important. We have to substitute so that we can substitute the value of A over here. What is the value of A we got? We got is 15C the whole cube upon, now what we have here, 15b square. Keep this 15 as it is, into, what is the value of b we got? What is the value of b we got? Here if you take, here we'll make a change and we will write here 15C, because this we have to substitute this. So what is B we got? 15C square into, what we have here? We have here C. Take this cube. Now this is equal to, now what we have here, 15C cube. Now how can we write this 15C cube? First let us put a bracket. Okay, 15C cube can be written as 15 into 15 into 15. See, we can write this C into C into C also. But what we will do, we will take this as C cube upon, this is 15 into, now what we have over here, we have a square over here. So we will write this as 5 into 5 into, now what we got here is C square. C square into C gives me how much? C cube. So I will close this bracket, and what is remaining? This cube has to be written, which is equal to. Now can we reduce this? Yes. This C cube can go. Then we can have 15 ones are 15 ones are. Is there anything we can reduce? 5 ones are 5 threes are, 5 ones are 5 threes are, which is equal to what we have in the denominator. We don't have anything in the denominator. What we have in the numerator, we have 3 into 3. What does 3 into 3 gives me? 9. 3 into 3 gives me how much? If you check it very carefully, what we are getting is, if you check very, very carefully, what we are getting is, check carefully. And if you take this, we have got 15 into 15 into 15. And after cancellation, 15 ones are 15, 15 are, okay, we got here, and what we are getting over here is, we can write the answer of this. Okay, now based on this, we will move to the second one, and second one gives me a square upon 7bc. Now what we had over here is a square. What value we had for a square? We had for a square 15c square upon, what we had for BC? 7 into, what is the value of B we got, children? 5 into C, and here we had C, which is equal to 15C into C square gives me how much? 15 multiplied by 15 into c square, which is equal to 7 into 5. I have got c into c. That gives me how much? C square. So this c square is gone. What I get here, if you see 5 ones are 5 threes are 15, which is equal to 15 threes are. Let us multiply and see. 15 threes are 15 into 3. 3 fives are 15. 3 ones are 3 and 4, 45. What I got is 45 upon 7. 45 upon 7. Can I reduce it further? I cannot reduce it further. So I can write 45 is to 7. Very carefully see what values we had over here. Look at this. Root of 0.04 into 0.4 into a, which is equal to 0.4 into 0.04 into root b. Then find the ratio of a is to b. We have to find the ratio of a upon b, right? Let us start with our solution. What is given to us, that we will write first. What is given to us is, if you take this 0.04 into 0.4 into a, which is equal to 0.4 into 0.04 into root of b. This is given to me. Now what can be done? If you look here, what can be done to it? What can be done to this? Carefully see what can be done. If I want to remove this square root, can I square both sides? So let us square and see. Squaring both sides. If I square both sides, let me square both the sides and see. 0.04 into, you have to be very careful with this point, 0.4 into a. Take this, put a square over here, which is equal to, now what we have on the other side, 0.4. 0.4 into 0.04 into root b and the square of that. Now we have squared both sides. Now what output over here we are going to get? Therefore, we get here 0.04 into 0.4 into a, which is equal to, now here what we have got is 0.4 into 0.4. Let us write the square of this. 0.4, the square of this, into 0.04, the square of this, into, now see, we have got root b square. That becomes b. Now what we are going to get here, see, what we wanted here, we want this. We want the ratio of a upon b. A is here. Can I bring this b over here? Therefore, a, I keep it here, okay, upon. Can I bring this b over here? Yes, b, which is equal to. And can I take this full quantity this side? Yeah, I can take it. 0.4 square into 0.04 square, both are square, upon, what is the value given to me here? 0.04 into 0.4. If you look here, you have 0.04, you have got 0.4. Here you have got 0.04 and here you have got 0.4, but both are square. So if I cancel 1 here, 1 goes. If I cancel 1 here, 1 goes. Therefore, A upon B is equal to, what will I get? What will I get if 1 is gone? 0.4 into 0.04, right? We will get this. Therefore, what will be the value if you multiply this? If you multiply this 0.04 into 0.04, what value we should get around this? I have seen that during multiplication of points, we still have problems with the multiplication of points. Let us multiply and see. 0.04 into 0.4. Let me multiply and see. 4 4s are gives me 16. This one comes here. 4 zeros are 0. Multiplied by, this gives me 0, this gives me 0, this gives me 0. I have got 6, 1, and I have got here 2 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What will I get here? After point, I have got 2 numbers after point. That means 1, 2, 3. That means I will be getting 0.016. Very carefully see this, 0.016. Now we have got a point here. Can we remove this point as the decimal fraction? Therefore, A upon B is equal to, suppose that 1, 2, 3, how many places I have shifted? 3 places. So I have 1, 1, 2, 3. Now, suppose I want to reduce it to the lowest form. How do I reduce it to the lowest form? I can reduce this to the lowest form. Say 8 2s are 16, 8 1s are 8, 9, 10. Then again I may have, which number can I use to reduce this to the lowest form? I can still reduce this full thing in the lowest form. So which number should I use? If I use 4, 8 numbers, and as per the reduced, we will be getting A upon B is equal to 2 upon 125. So this is the value of what we got. Now look at the third one. When we look at the third one, we find that when we look at the third one, if x plus 3 is to x plus 11 is equal to x minus 2 is to x plus 1, then find the value of x. We have got this here. We have got this here. Very carefully see here what they have said. They have said us to find the value of this. Okay, we will find the value of this. Now, how do we write this? X plus 3 is to x plus 11. So, we write this as x plus 3 upon x plus 11 is equal to x minus 2 upon x plus 1. Now, what can be done? What can be done here? We will think little. What can be done so that we can get the value of x? Is there anything we can think? One thing comes in our mind is, can we cross multiply this? Can we cross multiply this? Let's see, cross multiply and see this, what we get. Therefore, x plus 3, and this x plus 1 goes here, x plus 1, which is equal to x plus 11, and what we have here, x minus 2. Okay. Now what can be done here? We have got x plus 3, x plus 1, x plus 11, x minus 2. Can we take this first number and multiply with this bracket, then the second number and then multiply with this bracket, this first number with this? Yeah, we can open the brackets with multiplication. Therefore, take this x and multiply this by x plus 1. Plus sign here, plus. Take this 3. Multiply this by x plus 1, which is equal to, take this x, multiply this by x minus 2, plus 11, take this x minus 2. Therefore, directly we can do over here x into x, x square, then 1x and 3x. Directly we can find x into x square, x minus 2x. Directly we can find the values. X into x gives me how much? X square, plus x into 1 gives me how much? X, plus 3 into x gives me how much? 3x, plus 3 into 1 gives me how much? 3, which is equal to, x into x gives me how much? X square, minus x into 2 gives me 2x, plus 11 into x gives me how much? 11x, minus 11 into 2 gives me how much? 22. Now, therefore, if you see here, let us first solve this. Instead of just cancelling over here, let us first solve this and see what we get. X square plus, if you see here, we have got x plus 3x. What does x plus 3x gives me? It gives me 4x plus 3, which is equal to x square. What we have here, minus 2x plus 11x. That gives me, from 11 if you remove 2, it gives me 9x. Sign of the greater, not to forget here, sign of the greater number, plus 9x minus 22. Therefore, now can we x square and x square from both sides? So what we have with us is, can we take this 4x this side? Can we bring this 22 this side? Yeah, so it becomes 9x minus 4x, which is equal to, bring this 22 here, so it becomes to me as 3 plus 22. Therefore, 9x minus 4x gives me how much? 5x, which is equal to 22 plus 3 gives me how much? 25. Now what has happened here? X is getting multiplied here. When this x is multiplied by 5, and when this 5 comes here, it will be division. Therefore, x is equal to 25 upon 5. 5 time table. 5 ones are 5, 5 5s are 25. Therefore, x is equal to 5. We got the value of x as x is equal to 5. If you see how simple it was to solve the values. Now let us move little further and let us see the operations on equal ratios. What does the operations on equal ratios tell us? It tells us 5 properties, 5 operations, and these 5 operations which we are going to use in our exercise. The first one is invertendo. The first one is invertendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, if A upon B is equal to C upon D, then invert this. B upon A is equal to D upon C. So invertendo tells me to invert it. A upon B is equal to C upon D, then B upon A is equal to D upon C. What does alternando? The second one, if you see, it tells me if A upon B is equal to, see the ratios are same. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, the ratios are same. No ratios are changed. The ratios are same. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then alternando, this C comes here, A upon C, and this B goes here. Alternatively, A upon C is equal to B upon D. Componendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then what does componendo tells me? It tells me we have to add this. A plus B upon B is equal to add this C plus D upon D. That is componendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon B is equal to add the denominator C plus D upon D. What does dividendo tell me? If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then see the difference in componendo and dividendo. What difference we are finding? You can easily make out the difference. Dividendo tells me A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. Take this, subtract it, take this, subtract here. A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. What does componendo and dividendo tell me? If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. What does this tell me? What does this tell me? A plus B upon A minus B is equal to, look at componendo and dividendo. This is componendo plus dividendo with us. So here we have componendo, dividendo, componendo, dividendo. That means we are using componendo and dividendo together with us. So in componendo and dividendo, we do componendo as well as dividendo, componendo as well as dividendo. Let us check the operations on equal ratios again. We have 5 operations on the ratios which we are going to perform, and these ratios are going to be useful to us while solving certain sums in our exercise. That is invertendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then B upon A is equal to D upon C. Alternando. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A upon C is equal to B upon D. Componendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D. Dividendo. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. And componendo and dividendo gives me, if A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. When we know these operations, let us take a few examples of these operations. What is given to me? If you look at the sum, if A upon B is equal to 7 upon 3, then find the following ratios. What is the ratio given to me? 5A plus 3B upon 5A minus 3B. Here you have to be little careful while solving the sum. What is given to me? That I will write first. A upon B is equal to 7 upon 3. Now I've got A upon B, but with A, what do I want? I want 5. And with B, what do I want? I want 3. If I cross multiply also, I will be getting 3A and 7B. But do I have here 3B? Do I have got here 3A? Or do I have got 7B here? I don't have with me. What can be done? If you see here, what can be done over here? Therefore, if I multiply both sides, if I multiply both sides by 5 upon 3, if I multiply both sides upon 5 upon 3, what do I get if I multiply both sides by 5 upon 3? So let us see multiplying both sides by 5 upon 3. By 5 upon 3. Therefore, 5a, I will get 5a upon 3b, which is equal to 3b, which is equal to 5 sevens gives me 35 upon 9. Multiplying both sides. Now what I got is 5a upon 3b is equal to 35 upon 9. Look at this, what we have. Look at this, what we have. Coming to our previous slide. Can we use, what can we use from the operations of ratios? Can we use 5a plus 3b upon 5a to get this? What can I use this? Can I use componendo? Can I use alternando? Can I use dividendo? Can I use componendo and dividendo to get this? So, using componendo, dividendo, what I will get if I use componendo and dividendo? 5a plus 3b upon 5a minus 3b, which is equal to 35 plus 9 upon 35 minus 9. Therefore, 5a plus 3b upon 5a minus 3b is equal to, what is 35 plus 9? 35 plus 9, if you add, I will be getting 44, and from 35 if I remove 9, I will be getting 30. What I will be getting if I remove 35 from 9? 35 you add and see, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. I'll be getting 44. What can be done to add this, or what can be done to subtract this? What I will be getting of 35 removed from 35, remove 35 minus 9. What does it gives me? What does it give me? It gives me 26. Let's see, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 26, 27, 20. Let's subtract and see here. 35 minus 9. 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6. What I am getting here? 26. Can I reduce this? Can I reduce this? Can I reduce this? Can I reduce it? If I want to reduce this 35 upon 44, I can reduce it further. To reduce it further, can I use any table over here? Just see 4 and 6. So 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. Therefore, 5a plus 3b upon 5a minus 3b is equal to 22 upon 13. So we got the value as 22 upon 13 and they told us to find the ratio of this. Next we have is 2a square plus 3b square upon 2a square minus 3b square. What is the value given to me? What is the value given to me? The value given to me is, if you take the ratio a upon b is given to me as 7 upon 3. Now in this, what can be done? It can be, first see, I have got a square of this. I've got a square of A, I've got a square of B. So let us first square this so that we can get A square and we can get B square. And later on we will multiply and divide it by 2 and 3. Therefore, squaring both sides, what we get? A square upon b square is equal to 7 square will give me how much? 49. And 3 square will give me how much? 9. Okay, we got a square, we got b square. Now, if you look here, we have got 2 here, we have got 3 here. If you multiply both sides by 2 and 3, let's see. Multiplying both sides by, what is the number we are going to multiply? 2 upon 3. Therefore, what we are going to get, if we multiply both sides by 2 upon 3, we will get 2a square upon, what will be b? 3b square, which is equal to, now 49 into 2, let us see here, 49 into 2. 2 nines gives me 18. 4 twos are 8 and 1 is 98. Upon 9 threes gives me how much? 27. So we got 2a square upon 3b square is equal to 98 upon 27. What we have to find is 2a square plus 3b square upon 2a square minus 3b square. What can we use to get that 2a square plus 3b square? Can we use componendo? Can we use dividendo? Can we use alternando? Or can we use, if you see here, can we use both componendo and dividendo? Okay, let us see. Using componendo, dividendo. Okay. Therefore, what will we get? If we are getting componendo and dividendo, we will get 2a square plus 3b square upon, now what we'll get here? 2a square minus 3b square, which is equal to 98 plus 27 upon 98 minus 27. Therefore, 2a square plus 3b square upon 2a square minus 3b square, which is equal to, let us add 98 and 27. 98 plus 27. What we get over here? 7 plus 10, 14 and 1, 15. 9 and 1, 10, 11, 12. We get 125. 98 minus 27. Let us see. 98 minus 27. 1. 9 2 take away 9. We get 7, which is equal to 71. Can we reduce it further? Just see, can we reduce it further? We cannot reduce it further. So we'll keep this as it is. We have got a cube minus b cube upon b cube. Here what we have is a upon b is equal to 7 upon 3. This is the basic ratio which is given to us. A upon b is equal to 7 upon 3. Now what we need is a cube, we need is b cube. To get this a cube and b cube, what are we supposed to do? Now we have solved at least 2 or 3 examples, and in these examples we came to know that if you want this, we will be cubing both sides. Cubing both sides. If you cube both sides, what are we going to get? A cube upon b cube, which is equal to, now we have 7 over here. We have to get 7 sevens are 49 into 7. 7 nines are 63. 7 fours are 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. It gives me 34. So what I get here? 343 upon what I have got here. If you see very carefully, here I've got 3. 3 threes are 9. 9 threes are gives me 27. Can I reduce this further? No. I'm just cubing it. Now look at this. A cube minus b cube upon b cube. What can be done to get this? We had 5 operations with us. From those 5 operations, which operation can be done to this? Which operation can be done to this? Can we do componendo and dividendo as we used to do for the previous 2 examples? Can we do only componendo? Can we do only dividendo? Yeah, we can use dividendo over here to get this using dividendo. So using dividendo, a cube minus b cube upon b cube is equal to, very carefully we will see this. Can we use componendo? Can we use dividendo? Can we use anything else from this? 343 we have got. Let us subtract and see. So we have 343 minus 27 upon 27. 343 minus 27. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 6 here. I've got 1 here. I'll take from here. I've got here as I have 12, so I have got, see, if you don't want, you can't take from here. There is no need to take that. If you don't want, we don't want this. Okay, $343 a minus 27. How much is remaining here? 3. 343 minus, we have got 3 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 6. 3. Out of this 3, 1 is, 2 is gone, we have got 1 here. And this 3 comes as it is. So what we get here is 1 here, 3, 1, 6 upon 27. Therefore, write this a cube minus b cube upon b cube. What are we getting? 316 upon 27. So, this is the answer of this. 7a plus 9b upon 7a minus 9b. The basic ratio we have with us is, this basic ratio we have with us is a upon b is equal to, what basic ratio we had? A upon b is equal to 7 upon 3. Now carefully see here. What we need with A is 7. What we need with B is 9. Can I multiply both sides by 7 upon 9? Yeah. So multiplying both sides by both sides by 7 upon 3. Multiplying both sides by 7 upon 3. Is it 3 here? Is it 3? It is not 3. It is what? It is 9. Because 3 is here. We cannot multiply by 3 because we need 9 here. So multiplying both sides by 7 upon 9. Therefore, if I multiply, what I get? 7a upon 9b, which is equal to 7 sevens are 49, 3 nines are 27. Now look here. Which ratio we can use with the componendo, dividendo, alternando, componendo and dividendo? We can use over here is using componendo and dividendo, as in the previous examples we have done, using componendo, dividendo. What we get? 7a plus 9b upon 7a minus 9b, which is equal to 7 plus 9 upon 7 minus 9. So what we are getting after, I've got 7 here. What I've got over here? Do I have 7 with me? No, I have got here, if you see, I have got here as, what I have here? 49. And what I have here? I have got here as 49. 49. And what I have here is 49. Both the sides I have got 49. So when I am going to add this and when I am going to subtract this, 49 plus 20, and what I have here, do I have 9 over here? No, I don't have 9 here. So when we are writing, we have to be very careful with this. We have to take this, not this. So when we are writing here, we have to be little careful. So we get 49 and 27 here and 27 here. Not to use this 7 upon 9. We have to use this because we are using componendo and dividendo for this. We are using componendo and dividendo for this. Therefore, 7a plus 9b upon 7a minus 9b, which is equal to, let us see, 49 plus 27, 9, 16, 4, 6, 7. What I am getting is 76, and 49 minus 27, let me see, what do I get over here? I get 2 and 2, 22. If I reduce this, what I'll be getting is 38 upon 11. Therefore, 7a plus 9b upon 7a minus 9b is equal to. So thank you children for watching. We will be continuing our session in the next part.